Hi, welcome back. Now, a former inspector of the Federal Investigation Agency is accusing his ex-employer of refusing to reinstate him after he refused to offer them a bribe. This former official has been fighting his case for the last 12 years without much coming out of it. Well, let's now cross over to our senior correspondent Hassan Abdullah, who has this story. Now, Hassan, this is ironic. It's a former government official being made to pay a bribe to his superiors. Correct me if I'm understanding the story correctly.
That's right, Zara. The person in question is Zafar QASMI Pirzada. He was appointed in the FIA in 1992, and a year down the line he was regularized through a Gazette notification. Then later on in 1996 he was sacked along with 40 ad hoc employees. Now, Zafar QASMI Pirzada has been contending all the way along that his sacking was illegal because he was sacked along with ad hoc employees when he was himself a regular employee. Now, what is very interesting here is that we speak of a Sifarishi culture in Pakistan. Here, the former Prime Minister, the Prime Minister at that time, Nawaz Sharif, issued this notification from the Prime Minister House in which he said that, in which it was stated that the Prime Minister has been pleased to direct that Mr. Zafar QASMI, son of the applicant, may be reinstated in service as Inspector FIA immediately. This was from the Prime Minister House, and the Prime Minister was not the only one demanding the restoration of this inspector. The former Chief Justice, the Chief Justice at that time, Sheikh Riaz Ahmed, he also recommended that he be reinstated. Also, the current advisor to President Asif Ali Zardari, Dr. Abdul Qayyum Sumro, he sent in a recommendation saying that the concerned official should be immediately reinstated. Other than that, the relative of Prime Minister Pir Pagara, he was also one of those who sent in a recommendation. Sindh Law Minister Ayaz Sumro, Rauf Siddiqui, the list just goes on. So despite all these recommendations, what is interesting to note here, Zarar, is that the 40 ad hoc employees have been reinstated, apparently because they were supporters of the Pakistan People's Party, but this person has not been reinstated. Now, earlier I spoke to a number of officials from the FIA, and the FIA's Director Administration, Ahmed Latif, he claimed that the removal of Zafar Pirzada was not illegal because the regularization that was carried out was actually done in violation by the then DG FIA of the rules and regulations. So he claims, this is Ahmed Latif claiming that Zafar Pirzada was first turned back into an ad hoc employee, and then he was removed. Now, at this point in time, Zafar Pirzada also wrote to the Supreme Court of Pakistan requesting legal support, and here we have a response from the Human Rights Cell of the Supreme Court of Pakistan saying that, instructing Mr. Pirzada that take notice in pursuance of order of the Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan that you are advised to avail legal remedy in this case. Now, the applicant here, when we spoke to him, he was slightly confused. He said that he was seeking legal remedy and he was seeking comfort from the Supreme Court, but obviously that apparently did not happen at that point in time. But now he's calling on the Chief Justice to take suo motu notice of this case. Zarar?
All right, now Hassan, this, as you correctly say, is a little bit odd. Now, the gentleman in question seems to have a lot of big guns on his side. Former Prime Minister, former CJ, members of the present government, yet you say that it's been about 12 years that he's been pursuing this case. Apart from the document that you just showed, what exactly is standing in the way? Procedural difficulties, the fact that governments fell, what is it?
Well, Zara, there's one thing for sure. There has been stacks and stacks of paperwork. I'm just holding probably 1/10 of the paperwork we've had to go through during the course of this investigation. And bureaucracy is certainly, red tapeism is certainly one of the factors that has been hindering his reinstatement. But I've been talking to loads and loads of FIA officials, and one of the things which seems to be a corroborated report is that it seems that Mr. Pirzada was not exactly very well known for passing on the what they call the side money, the bucks, the big bucks, to some of his bosses. So it seems that some of his bosses may be holding a grudge against him and not reinstating him because, as FIA officials themselves admit, that he doesn't seem to have any, even a speck on his record. He seems to have a very clean record, no disciplinary action, nothing. So it seems that number one, it's bureaucracy, and number two, the fact that he's refusing to pay money, which allegedly some FIA officials are demanding of him to be reinstated.
All right, Hassan, I'll leave you to dig a little deeper into that story and see what you find. And whatever Hassan finds, we will be bringing to you. Time now for us to take a very short break. Coming back, we'll be taking a look at business news from Pakistan and across the world. Stay tuned. much.